Hey guys, welcome back. Camy here, bringing you a brand new episode of the CamyCraft server. Today's episode is number 9. So what I have planned for today is I'll go ahead and show you what I've been doing for the past week, because it's been a while since I posted a video. So I think I'll go ahead and show you what I've been really doing, instead of just walking up the stairs the entire episode. I'll go ahead and just jump on into it. Okay, so first off, you will notice that I went ahead and I built this little bridge across a little waterway that we have going on. I also made the waterfall a little bit bigger. I think I will end up actually making it a dam, kind of, and having that redstone powered so that I could turn off the water flow and it looked cool. It would look cool. But anyway, this is brand new. This is kind of just a simple little um, walkway I have going along across this, underneath this little mountain here. I think it does look good, but it's kind of just missing something. So I'll go ahead and I'll finish that up in the near future. But for right now, it looks okay. And farther on we go, I'll get to that here in a second. That's pretty cool. Um, okay, so the waterway continues. I don't want to go over there because a whole bunch of mods probably are spawning. But the waterway continues a pretty long way. It goes out to a plains biome out there in that general direction, and then stops at that because I do have a little house out in the prairie that I kind of go to whenever I'm caving and stuff like that, need resources. You'll also notice that I took out the support pillars. There is no longer the support pillars for the little islands that I have going on. The reason for that being is because I do want to end up building something down here. I want to build maybe a farmhouse or something cool. But for right now, that's the reason I took out the pillars, and I needed some more cobblestone because I was running short making all these slabs for this, and I'll just go ahead and go and show you. I did copy the design that I had going on for the elevators. Um, it's a lot shorter now, but here's what I really wanted to hit on this episode. It's a kind of a giant ring. It did take a little bit of time to build, not as much as anticipated, but it turned out pretty good. It's a perfect circle, or as perfect as you can get in Minecraft, all the way around with half slabs going all the way around. There's the original server spawn, still the server spawn. I need to do something with that, make an actual server spawn. But for right now, that's alright. So anyway, back to here. Here is what I want to do for this episode. I want to go ahead, I want to start building a house in the middle of here. And what we're going to have is this will be probably a little hub for the rest of the floating islands. So this will be the main area. I thought this area would be cool because it has a mountain right there, so you can walk up and actually get onto the platform itself. It's not just floating out of nowhere, and it's massive. So that's a good thing and a bad thing. A lot of work, but it does look cool. So probably in each of these directions we'll have little islands floating off in the distance, going to different places. Oh, I forgot to fill in a spot. Yeah, to a different direction. Oh, there's a plains biome I was telling you guys about. It's half slab, so I can't place a block. But yep, there's the plains biome, and the river should end about. It goes a little bit on further, and ends right there. That's where it ends. And I kind of cleared out some area for the grass. I got a silk touch pick or a silk touch shovel and got all this grass, so I didn't have to wait for it to grow because I'm lazy. So I'll go ahead and we'll lay out kind of a design. I don't know how it's gonna look. I don't know if I want to make it symmetrical or not. So I'm just gonna lay out the design in cobblestone and kind of get a feel for it. So I think this will be the entrance. So we'll have a kind of a I don't know, maybe a podzol path to here. Then this will be the entrance. I'm kind of debating whether or not I kind of have a cool idea of doing two little towers right here, then going back and doing two more towers, then something like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna fast forward until I have the kind of the design that I want to incorporate. I do have to remove this thing since it's non-functional anymore. I have not done that yet, but there we go. It doesn't look good, but I just need a little walkway for right now. I'll do this off camera. So I'll go ahead and see you guys here in a second. Yeah, so I'll just go ahead and get a design going. Boop. Hey guys, welcome back to the CamyCraft. I am back, and I have built something fabulous. It is a giant Mondo tree. I was originally going to build the house kind of design that I was going for, but I decided why not just have a ginormous freaking tree coming out and just like gazing upon a giant tree just being wonderful. So I went ahead and did this project. It's about 3 days after I finished off the other episode, whereas just seconds to you guys. So a long time I've been building this tree. It took a lot of time to gather up the necessary leaves for the project. The logs, I honestly had most of them. I am fresh out of logs now, however, but I had most of the logs that I needed. I put them all the same way for a reason being that whenever a tree grows in nature, it tends to grow with the grains all going one way. So what I decided on doing was I was just going to make a whole lot of the logs just face the same way. I do have a couple stray ones that I was kind of experimenting with, but I don't feel like those turned out as good. I feel like the logs that all go one way look best like this. I'm not saying you can't build a tree with the logs going that way, and even the regular vanilla Minecraft has logs going opposite ways. But I just like them all going one way. That's just me. So anyway, I'll go ahead and show you kind of inside the tree. It's actually not that like spacious inside. You might think it's right here. See, it's not very big, but it does make kind of a nice little cozy area in here. So it ain't small either. Up here, when I was building the leaves part, I was using this little balcony up in this area for the resources. So I'd have my chest and I would have my bed right here. I would just sleep and I would just stock up on the leaves. I went through about probably 2.5 double chests full of the leaves, But in the end, I think it turned out pretty freaking cool. There are a few things. To be quite honest, I'm about 75% done with this. I'm not quite done with it. But anyway, it did turn out pretty cool. I do like it. Um, okay, so I'll probably end up extending a walkway out here and actually making a fairly cool looking treehouse, because I think that will be a cool project for another episode. Not today, because I'm not honestly in a huge need for this tree to be done. My life really does not depend on whether or not this tree gets done. I've done a lot of work to it, and I think it does look pretty cool. Um, I don't know if you guys can tell or not, but there's actually 3 different very big branches that come out from it. Um, one going that way, another going that way, and finally one kind of curving up and down. But anyway, I built the branches because if I were to ever build another house to it, I kind of want it to be on some kind of cool looking support, so I went ahead and did the branches. Or if it ever comes time for like a Halloween kind of episode and I want to make it like a dead tree or something like that, I can always do that. It's no big deal. So anyway, here we also wanted to show you guys over here on the nether, there's this little walkway that looks cool. I like it. Slowly adding stuff, you know. Okay, so anyway, the main thing that, other than the treehouse, that I wanted to show you guys was the skeleton farmer. I was going to do a episode with me and Austin and Nick, but it ended up just being way too long. It took up way too much time. It was going to be about an hour and a half long episode. And I figure none of you guys want to watch me dig out small little area and spend half an hour trying to figure out the redstone that went along with it. Because it's not very much redstone, but it's very precise is this thing. And that took some time. Alright, so it's just right down here. I have shown a little glimpse of it in the last episode, but here it is. Oh boy. Oh, howdy do. Oh boy. Oh, not good. Not good. Don't kill me, please. Love of God. Hello. 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 Oh, man. I done died. Okay, so I'll go ahead and I'll zoom out and go back down there. Murder that skeleton. I bet when I was redoing the redstone in there, he escaped from the little, the spawner. So he probably came from the spawn room. So I'll go ahead and zoom out until I'm back down there. It'll just take a second. Boop. Hey guys, and we're back. So I went ahead and murdered that god-awful skeleton. Kind of crafted a diamond sword after the fact, which would have been kind of nice, but you know. So anyway, on with the tour of the skeleton spawner. Okay, so I'll start off with the main room. This room was built by Austin. It looks dope. I really like how it looks. I really like this little design he got going on. I really like how he incorporated the spruce with the acacia wood. It looks really nice. He did do the majority of the redstone over here. It may not look like much, but it took some time to just figure out how to the precise measurements. Because I'll go ahead and show you guys how the redstone works. So this button's a stopper, so that will go ahead and place a block right there, so to block off any more skeletons from dropping. Right here is the lava. It's like a dispenser. It has a double redstone signal to it, so it quickly drops off the lava, then picks it back up. It burns them until they have about half of a heart, and you don't even need a sword, and you just punch them and they die, and it's really cool. I've used it a lot. You can kind of see that you can get some pretty good bows. The one thing that we do need down here, now that I think about it, is a anvil to probably repair some of those. But anyway, for right now, this is a storage room built by Nick. He did a pretty good job. I really like how it turned out. He incorporated the cool little white stained glass with the water, and I didn't even notice it for a while, but he incorporated like a little fire pit down there, which looks cool. And of course, just a chest. You can see kind of the materials we used for it in here that we're too lazy to bring back up, and that's a pretty good bow. But yeah, you can get some pretty good armor from this. I'll go ahead and steal this because I don't have any. But yeah, you can get some solid armor from using this thing. They do kind of stock up here, but we made it so that the only place in the entire room that spawns them is this block right here and right there, and I don't know about right here. But anyway, those are about the only blocks that actually spawn them. So you could be over here and they won't get spawned. But you see, now that I've gone over there, there starts to be a skeleton pile up now. So it does look cool. You can see that I just stood there for about 10 seconds, but after about like an hour and a half, you can kind of get how it could be effective. I'll just go ahead and kill off these guys. So as far as this little project goes, there is one thing that we need to finish. That would be the actual entrance to the skeleton farm itself from the CamyCraft area. You can see that Nick has already kind of started building a better little path all the way up. But it takes time and it's really tedious to do that. So we kind of put off that project. We're just using the kind of the ghetto way down, and it works good enough. You know, nothing too fancy. But as far as XP go, this is not as good as probably a blaze farm goes, but it does give you really nice drops, especially the bows and the bone and the arrows, because arrows are impossible to come by, and bows are a pain, and bones, I can't stress enough how much bone meal I've used. So anyway, that probably concludes this episode. I know I did not do a whole lot of building as far as I wanted to in this episode, but the amount of time that I actually spent building the tree and the amount of time in the episode are so far different. I did put a lot of effort into building that tree. So if you guys liked it, go ahead and smash that like button. If you guys want to see more, go ahead and favorite me and subscribe and tell your friends, get more popular, and have other people just kind of come on the CamyCraft little channel and enjoy the videos. If any of you guys ever want to play on this server, just go ahead and tell me. I'm always open, always. As long as I know you're cool. It is whitelisted, so you can't just get on, but I am always welcome to invite new people on the server. Just tell me or message me, then I will whitelist you and see how you are. If you're cool, then I'll just keep on letting you play. If you're not, well then, you know, I'm sorry. But anyway, that probably concludes this episode. Thank you guys for watching. Cameron off.